Hello and welcome to the show. We are here on Forza Horizon 4 for another team adventure. Today, going racing with vehicles from the 90s. These are C-Class cars. Now this does throw up some interesting problems, conundrums. C-Class, well, you don't have an awful lot of PI to play with, and a lot of the base vehicles here start mid-C-Class. My Delta, for example, does. Now, we are racing this in winter. Ideally, you'd want rally tyres on your car because, well, there's quite a lot of snow around. Admittedly, not at this first track, but still. And, of course, a lot of us don't have the PI. I couldn't physically put rally tyres on, or maybe there might be a way to do it with a Delta, but you'd make a really, really compromised thing if you did. So, yeah, I couldn't get rally tyres on my car. In fact, I haven't got any tyre upgrades at all on the Delta. It's running its standard tyres. Admittedly, C-Class, not the most powerful, not the fastest cars in the world, but yeah, it is likely to be a handful when it gets to the off-roady bits, because although it is all-wheel drive, naturally, which is helpful, it should be pretty quick down the straights. I am hoping I might have a little bit more straight-line speed, although there are plenty of vehicles that have gone similar. From my reckonings of a look around before we started, there are 3 cars on rally tyres. There might have been some that I missed, but it looks like there are about 3 sat on rally tyres here, and they are the cars, the MX-5 and the MX-5 Prelude and something else, can't remember, that were, oh god, not this jittery thing again, that were on the rally tyres. And they all started off, of course, D-Class cars, so they did have the PI to do it, but they won't have many other upgrades. At a track like this, they're going to be woefully underpowered, I would expect. While this is a bit more of a handling circuit, straight line speed is still quite nice to have around here. While the Clio might be on blue team, I always like to see a Clio doing well. We've got a lot more speed than the Honda. I will take that position away from Ninetales. I do like the Delta. This is a good car. I've made them work. We had A-Class, I think I had a fast Delta before. They are pretty good overall vehicles, especially for team adventures when you need to be good everywhere, where you need to be good tarmac, you need to be good on the dirt, and whatever conditions might prevail. Ninetales have got a lot of corner speed with the Honda, as you would perhaps expect. I'm hoping Ninetales can catch up to Speed Beast, they can fumble over each other, and I can outdrag the pair of them down this long final corner. As a final corner, penultimate corner I should say technically, because this is the longest straight that I have for all of my speed to be of use. Oh, I don't know where Ninetales is, really. That's a little sketchy. I mean, if it's going to go ghost mode, I can sneak my way through Ninetales' car. Oh, Speed Beast got street furnitured. Now, blue team, of course, while they want to take a victory, they're also not going to trip each other over entirely. Which is a shame, really. Oh, I got street furnitured. My turn to lose all that momentum. Yeah, blue team don't want to trip each other up entirely and let me through if they can help it. They nearly did a little bit there. I've got just such a mega run. This is actually a little bit risky because you take such a wonky line at the bottom of the course. It was worth a go just in case I could make it stick, but not quite here. This isn't working for us currently in terms of the points, which is a shame because the race is brilliant for the top 3. We've got 3 very different cars actually. Ninetales has all the grip. Speed Beast is the middle ground. I have all the straight line speed. It's a long time since I've had a car that could do that as well, certainly. Here we go, out of the final corner. Ninetales was too wide. That will be a thank you very much. We've also got 3, we're in a little bit of a class of our own, this top 3. We have pulled away from the rest of the pack, although admittedly, you've got to bear in mind sometimes groups of cars get stuck fighting, and one race, some cars work at one track, fail miserably at another, so we'll see how it pans out. However, at the moment, looks like we have got 3 very quick cars. Sadly, 2 of them are on blue team. Can we have a sneaky look here on the Clio? I mean, we can get alongside, we can get the car, oh, car stopped. I mean, I was up the inside. If you're going to see the Delta doing that, we were definitely far enough alongside, and yeah, my grip is the concern. It won't matter in the long run. I don't think we can possibly score enough points here that we will be able to take a victory. Don't get tyre bundled. We've done it before there. It's never a good idea. Right, back straight now. This is where we get caught a little bit because I just can't carry the speed that they can do. However, if we are even remotely close to this position come the final lap, they will not be in range of the final corner. That's the important thing for the Delta. Just don't beans it up around these corners. Gear ratios are a little wonky. You know, PI was very limited. Actually, I think I've had to have a gearbox up there. I didn't test it in a racing situation. I think I got the first stage gearbox on because that lowered the PI by like 3 for no reason. But like there was no net, unless maybe that ruined it. Oh, Ninetales had an accident. Ninetales is gone down the order. We're now 50 points to the good. We were stacks of points down at the start with the end of last lap, whenever it was. We've pulled it back. Can we really go for a victory in this first round? The Delta has turned out to be pretty solid here. It's not infallible, and there are going to be some tracks where it is not going to work, I suspect. However, we have got the points at the moment. It can all change, of course. There are still, I mean, for me, there's only one more corner. For the rest of the pack, where it matters, I mean, the fight could come down to 10th at the end of the day. And in fact, it might do, as Flecky has just moved up to 10th position. That is important. Any positional gains for Red Team are much needed now as I round the final corner. I can do no more. We have done everything we can. The Delta looks good as well, which I am pleased about. But we need 10th. We desperately, desperately need that 10th place if we can possibly get it away, because we can't get any more. We'll get 6th and 7th, which is something. Come on. It's down to our 240SX to try and score just 100 points. It's all we need. I don't think we're going to be... Oh no, we've got it! We have got 10th at the moment. Come on, cross the line in 10th. Hold that 10th. We do it. Just. Love to be able to spectate it. Sadly, Horizon 4, we just sit there watching names and watching changing of positions. Oh, that came down to the wire. We got it by 50 points, and that is a round victory for us. So, race number 2. Tarnhau's Scramble. We go off-road. There's going to be a lot of us with very little grip. Some with a lot of grip. Although those with a lot of grip are not all-wheel drive. So, it's a weird mix. Like I like these rule sets. Ideally, I like the rule sets where the cars are not forced tyre choice, particularly, but you end up having to for other reasons. This one, because of the very limited PI. The Clio must be all-wheel drive swapped to have got off the line that well. Front-wheel drive wouldn't. I mean, we are phenomenally quick. So we're from the back of the pack here. And we are going to get up to, well, top half of the field, pretty much. And this was on a very, very short straight. Now, we can't hold it, because we got no speed through here. I think maybe Portal Cat is on rally tyres. Might explain why that MX-5 was no good for the first race, where the grip is great and everything, but you'll just get murdered on every single straight. In C-Class rally tyres, you'll have so little PI to do anything else. Ninetales is having a tough time with the Prelude out there. Gliska's going to be rear-wheel drive with that on probably standard tyres. So we have got at least a little bit of an advantage there. What have we got leading? I don't actually know what car. I think Subarus might be in the I didn't actually look. Might be in the Prelude up at the front. It's certainly fighting away with, I believe, the rally-tired MX-5. Possibly one of 2 rally-tired MX-5s. We're going to get the Galant. The battle of the 90s rally cars is currently going the way of one of our Galants. We'll have to try and get involved. Oh, I just dinked that. That was very close. That was a little too close for my liking. We're going to get the other Galant that'll move me up into 5th position. Can we stop it for turn 1? Nope. not really. I have got no grip in these corners. This is the sort of circuit. The thinking behind my car choice was I knew my car was going to be compromised a little bit. I was hoping I could score enough points on a track like this with the Delta and then win or do well in the other events. I had hoped more cars might be struggling on the snow than they are. I think more people have gone for rally tyres or gone for something that will give them a little bit of an edge out here than I might have initially expected. I've got wide tyres on the Delta, which is one of the things it has going for it, as wide tyres as I can get at least. So the Gulf ahead seems to have some grip. Oh, bloody hell, but no straight line speed. I'll catch it rapidly up this hill, but it won't be enough for me to do anything about it this lap around. So yeah, that one hill there goes to show just how quick my Delta is in terms of straight line speed. Super is up at the front. Now, if I can get a pass, if I can get 5th actually, that would give us the points we need. We once more only need 1 position. Oh no, we need more positions now. Something went on. Okay, 1 position won't be enough. 1 position would be good. Still like to get 6th. We'll take the cheeky shortcut route. But I'm thinking it looking less likely at the moment in this moment in time as I struggle around another corner. My all-wheel drive is great and everything, but not enough. It's not quite enough to keep me in contention with those. I'd like to think I'm the best of the non-rally tired cars, but I could be wrong because I just don't know what those ahead of us have got. We're doing what we can, really. The unfortunate thing is, as with some of these, as they sometimes do go, we're at this point now where there's little I can do. I'm driving as fast as I absolutely can with the Delta, but we've found ourselves in no man's land unless there is checkpoint shenanigans. Not impossible here. We saw I nearly got in trouble on that corner. Yeah, unless there are checkpoint shenanigans, it's unlikely we'll make any progress forward. Raw pace is not enough. Bugger. Oh, going to slide up through there. It's fine. I mean, we've got it. Get it under control. We're almost in touching distance with that front group, but it's just not enough. It's just not enough. Unless we can have, we want that magic final lap turnaround. Do we reckon we could get that? It would be good. I mean, it's unlikely at this moment in time. Have a really big slide for all of that and clonk the wall. We've got. Yay, we've got the MX-5 up to 3rd. Oh, we have started to actually turn it around. It's back to within 1 change of position. I mean, if Ender can get a victory here, that would be very, very helpful. That would be very helpful indeed. It's always helpful, let's face it, having a victory. If Amunds can get past Ninetales, that would be good. If I could get past the cars ahead, of course, but we are just losing ground slowly. We're losing that half a second a lap maybe to the vehicles ahead and a little bit of a dive around the checkpoint. Not such a helpful thing. So Ninetales Prelude's very fast at the technical bits, but not so good on the off-road. Important information. Speed Beast's Clio was very fast on the tarmac, but not so good off-road. So far, I might have the most consistent car. That's what we're going for here. Consistently fast across the races. Is good and everything. But we're not scoring quite as many points here as I'd like. I guess 300 points isn't too shabby, but still like some more. Because it's going to be 50 points short unless something amazing happens. Again, it's going to come down to this last one. Ninetales has got a position. It's now... Oh! Well, that's a missed checkpoint. We have now got the points. We've got ahead of the Gulf. All that hard work from Flecky, all that hard work from the Gulf. We are now 150 points. We were points to the good. We're now back to the negative. It could change yet again. We don't actually know. We were up. I think Ender didn't quite get the victory that we were looking at. We're now 50 points behind. It means somebody somewhere further back. I mean, I said I did exactly what I could. I did everything possible. We got 5th. We're now back to being 100 points to the good. 150 points, sorry, to the good. I don't know who got further. Helium dropped back behind Amunds. If we can get the 240SX across the line in 9th, we do. That must have been very close. Looking how quick those checkered flag symbols came up. That's bloody close, and that's what made the difference. 9th place. 9th place. So far, we've had 9th and 10th place be the deciders in these first 2 rounds. It's gone our way both times, but bloody hell, it's been close. So, we are heading to the BAMBURGH Coast Circuit. A track that I'm thinking the Delta should... Theoretically, in the grand scheme of expectations, the Delta will probably like this circuit. There is a very long start-finish straight. There is a fairly decent-sized secondary straight that the Delta should be good at. There are, of course, some technical bits that I'm going to have to worry about. It is snowing as well. Might be a touch less grip. Not that I have much to begin with anyway. We're going to probably launch quite quickly. We're a long way back. However, these rear drive, front wheel drive cars, especially on the rally tyres, have not got the power to match the mighty Delta. But we've shot our way up through the order here. It's a very, very good start. A little bit of pinging in and out of... Okay, so it was... Subarus did have a prelude. I thought they might have done. Right, so we've had a good start. We're up into a 5th place already. Can we get past the Lancia? This is where we're going to find out the relative speeds of everyone's car. The answer is the Delta is faster top end than all of you. Yep, here we go. The Clio matches me the best. I mean, it's not the craziest differences in speed here. Prelude's got some speed, actually. I'm going to be stuck on the outside of a 3 wide that I do not want to be a part of. Here, the Galant backed out of it. The Prelude's carrying a lot of speed. Prelude, I'm trying to give you space, buddy, but there's not much going around here. There is minimal space available anywhere there. And here comes the Lancia. God, it's nice. It's nice being in the power car. It's nice being in the power car without having the huge deficit of handling. Like, I am slower through the corners. I guess the trade-off is we're not all that insane fast in terms of straight line. We are quicker, but not the most different. So we've got to be wary of that Prelude. It will pounce at a moment's notice. In fact, here it comes. Up the inside. I cannot hold that on the outside line. It just will not work. Jump across the grass a little bit for Ninetales. So, let's work on the basis Ninetales is going to pass us through there. We might be able to defend it better next time around, but if Ninetales does, can we still get back past the Honda before we get to the start-finish line? Oh, it's a big dive, and that time we sort of dove up the inside, slid across in front of Ninetales, and there was nowhere for the Preludes to go. The 190E's having a good race as well, is up in 3rd place. Now, if that could come and join us as well, that would be quite nice. We're going to bugger off down into the distance. Goodbye to that Prelude, and watch it catch through turn 1, because I'm just not as confident as the Honda here. I could take a little more speed than we did that time, and we are further away in this particular lap. Yeah, Ninetales, even with the best win in the world, will not get that car alongside through here. Don't think can dive bomb. Again, we've got to wait. We've got to be a bit patient to get on that throttle. I can get away with running a little bit wide, of course, being all-wheel drive. However, can't run too wide. There is still snow and grass to trip yourself up on, and then we're up the hill. We are now starting to pull away. Points-wise, looking good for us. If we win this, we do actually win the adventure. It would be harsh to have won with a 3-0 in the first 3 rounds, because it's been within 50 points. Ninetales has got alongside, and off goes the Delta again. I was a little scruffy through that final section. Not my best final corners, and the problem I have is if I do that, it puts Ninetales closer for turn 1 and turn 3, and all of the kind of troublesome areas. We kind of clobbered the lamppost a little bit. My only hope here is if Ninetales is too close, Ninetales might actually be able to make the most of that quarter speed, because big orange Delta in the way. Nope, no, not quite. We just slid up through the corner too much. As you see, Ninetales can defend through here. It's one thing trying to do defensive driving, perfectly fair enough. Can't do anything about it on the straights. Oh, well, slight lagmobile. Not much that you can do about that one when Forza's playing funny buggers. Here we go, on the outside. We are going to get across. We do get across. Then, oh, Ninetales really committed to that inside. I was trying to make Ninetales have to go the long way around. Unfortunately, I just couldn't. This might have got me a little bit of trouble. I think we'll still beat the car back to the start-finish line, though. This is the good news. We should still beat the Prelude back to the start-finish line, and then, well, the little jitteriness is unhelpful, and then it's going to have to try and find a way past through. See, it's big speed advantage here. I was hoping I could nullify a little bit. I don't quite know where Ninetales is going to end up. There's a lot of ghosty mode going on here. I apologise if I end up bumping into a certain Honda. Not trying to, but also don't know where certain Honda is on the circuit. This is Oh, although then certain Hondas lagged into me. Well, I think we've kind of evened each other out there. I probably squeezed the Honda a little bit more than intended through the first corner. The Prelude lagged backwards into me and killed some of my momentum. So, who knows? We are ahead this time to try and defend at the end of the short straight. Still, the Prelude got underneath, and I was not expecting that. We are in trouble, actually. We are in a lot of bother. Ninetales has got it. Actually, too much defending went on in all of that, and I think Ninetales is far enough away, although I don't actually quite know where the Prelude is. Yeah, I defended too much. Bugger. Well played. Unless the game does its not counting the finish line properly bit, we are going to have to settle for second, and I think, once again, it's been turned around on the final lap. We had the lead for a while. Blue team are going to take it. We get a second and third, but it's not enough for us to take victory. Little jitteriness is unhelpful, but I think fair. You know, we had a fair battle. Ninetales found some speed. Yeah, I slightly messed up the final corner. I shouldn't have been as. Weirdly, I shouldn't have defended as much as I did. I should have been more sensible. I thought we could hold the Prelude up. If I could have held the Prelude up on the way in, it would have worked. As it was, I just made a mess for myself. Oh well. Up next, we head to the Mortimer Gardens Scramble. Probably not going to be the best friend to the Lancia. Oh, we're at the back. I know we launch fast and everything, but still. Yes, it's a scramble circuit, although it's not the biggest dirt circuit that you can come across. There is a water splash that some of the ultra-low cars, like the MX-5s, might have trouble with, or certainly some of the non-all-wheel drive cars maybe have trouble. I don't know. We'll have to see how it goes. Although the tarmac that we have to deal with is also covered in snow, so those like me on standard tyres will... I mean, you have a little bit more grip on snowy tarmac than you do on snowy dirt, but still not going to be great for us. Yeah, don't know how it's going to pan out. That's the joy of these. We've had Horizon 4 for however long now, and we're still finding new rule sets, new races, scenarios that give us some interesting and unpredictable outcomes. We're going to try and work our way up to 5th through all of that. We lose out a little bit to the Clio. Oh, there's not water, is it? Oh, of course it's winter. It's going to be ice down here. No water splash is not so great for me. I'm having to actually punt the Prelude forward. It's my teammate, so we'll try and help it out a little bit. Oh. I think we've got some street furniture going on. It's weird. It's all going a bit weird here. Don't mind me. Sorry. Very, very fast Lancia in a straight line coming through. It's going to have a horrible time on the dirt stuff, but we'll just punch past. Gliska's got the Mercedes. Actually, the Merc's not doing too badly here. Proto Saber now, I'm pretty sure that is on rally tyres. So, I punched the Portaloo out. God damn it. That's not so good. It's not a Portaloo. I don't know what it is, like guardhouse, perhaps? Yeah, whatever it is, we knocked that out of the way. So yeah, Proto Saber's got actual grip through here that none of the rest of us giving chase do. However, the trade-off is you're unbelievably slow down the straights. Oh, no. However, considering how much trouble I'm having, I can't catch that. The Golf's going to win, barring a missed checkpoint. Barring shenanigans of the highest order, I think the Golf is going to win. Missed checkpoints are possible around this circuit. It's not the worst. I can think of a couple with worse checkpoints, with easier to miss checkpoints, but it's not also the kindest. Right, the Golf made one mistake. That was slightly wide in one corner. Look at the closing speeds of the Delta here. It's incredible. That is, yeah, huge. And then also look at the disappearing speeds of the Golf. Now we've got to a dirt corner. It's just gone. Now, I've got to perhaps try and not overdrive the Lancia. I think this is going to be the trick for me. I am aware we are outclassed here. I'm painfully aware we are outclassed on this bit. So the trick is going to be to try and not do what I've done there and make a mistake, not clonk the wall. Gliska's actually doing pretty well with the rear drive Mercedes out here. If we can be close enough to Proto, we might be able to have a sneaky drag race victory. Because we are actually getting closer this time. We are much closer than we were last lap around. If we can keep working at the back of the Golf, it might be doable. Here we go. Can we get up the inside of the Volkswagen? Yes, we do. We pass, we take the lead. Now, this is good news for me, but we're almost immediately, I think, going to lose the lead. The hope I have is that big orange box will be in the middle of the corner, and Golf... I'm now going to compromise the Golf at the bits where the Golf is fast. This is normally what happens to me. It's very rare, but this is like a full reverse of what I normally have to end up dealing with. We compromise the Golf at the bits the Golf is good at, and the Golf can't do bugger all against the sheer straight line speed of the Delta. So we'll have a lift through there. I mean, I don't need to fight the Volkswagen at this point. We know where we're going. In fact, we're going to catch it down here. The Golf took out a bench and lost all that momentum. The glorious momentum has fallen away thanks to the wonders of street furniture. Let's have a little jump back onto the tarmac. Points-wise, bloody hell, it's close. I've not been paying any attention. I've got bigger issues in my fight with a Golf. We are 50 points to the good now. God, this has been a close adventure. Like, every round has chopped and changed, and there's been tiny amounts of points in it. We are now probably far enough away that the Golf isn't going to be able to fight back. I'm liking this Delta. I like this Delta very, very much indeed. We're going to be a little slippy and slidey through there. That's fine. We've got 100 points further down the way. Let's see if we can hold on to that. Gliska's got... we've got even more points going on now. I think maybe one of the blue team cars might have missed a checkpoint or made a mistake, because they've lost a heap of positions on this final lap. That's a little unlucky. Oh, no. Okay, so it's... Flecky is fighting with Gliska, Subaris and Hasio all over that third place. If Flecky gets third, we might win by 50 points if nothing untoward happens further back. I know the Golf's caught me. I was really playing it carefully on that section. The cornery section, I didn't worry too much. Oh no, Speed Beast has got up in amongst them all. I don't know what's going to happen here. We've done everything we can. And once again, I can do nothing more. We've taken victory. The immense straight line speed of the Delta, that's not a circuit I thought I was going to work at in the slightest. However, that was brutally fast. What are we going to have in terms of finishing positions? Flecky's fallen to 8th. We get 3rd and 4th. That should probably be enough now. We get 7th as well from Subaris. That looked like a manic mid-pack battle. I had a tough fight reeling in that Golf. Once we got it, though, there's just so much speed in the Delta that the Volkswagen had no real options left. Ooh. We have done it. It's been close. Again, this one decided by very little. We are going to take a victory. That puts us on to 3. We will win this adventure. It's been bloody close so far. Let's see what the final round has to offer. So, here it is. The deciding round. Broadway Village Circuit will be the venue of choice. I'm a long way down. Oh. Got a lot of work to do in this one. The good news is our 190E sits in 2nd for our side of the grid, which could be 3rd or 4th, depending on the 2nd row, I should say. The cars that were looking very fast, of course, on the dirt are probably going to not be fun here, because the ones on fast on the dirt were with the off-road tyres. So Proto's Golf is going to be very, very good through the corners, but so murdered down these long straights. Christ. I mean, that is some serious speed. Ninetales is probably in with a very, very good shout here with that prelude. It will depend on what I can manage to do. Because, of course, yes, this circuit has got some long straights around the place, but I would say longer straights around the place. However, some of these corners, I know because I'm normally the one in the handling car around this track. I know what it's like trying to battle with the power car. Frustrating is normally the answer. I wanted to try and get past the pair of them, but if I can't get past the pair of them, can I push my teammate forward a little bit? We'll go with some teamwork. Although no one's got any grip around the final, I might push my teammate a little too far. I was trying to help. I was braking perhaps a little later than the Nissan. Here comes Lancia power. I mean, Lancia hasn't broken down for the entirety of a race. It's highly inaccurate and everything. I'm not stopping for turn 1, I don't think. Oh, I got pushed a little bit. I mean, I was struggling to stop. I'm trying to give Ninetales the place back. I was then pushed wide again by a Mercedes that was also struggling to stop. and Ninetales got squished on the outside. Points-wise, it is looking good for us so far, although just about every race, whoever's led with the first couple of laps has been the team that was caught and beaten on the final lap. The one time we had a fairly comfortable margin, blue team fought back and beat us. Ninetales has gone the long way around the post, trying to avoid that. Yeah, I think this track might be a little too twisty for the Lancia to really be able to excel. I need to get past Ninetales and hold them up. That's the only way we do this, is if we can hold, like lap time wise, Ninetales is faster. But we can win the race if we can get past and stop the Ninetales from being able to exploit the handling advantage of that car. Which is the thing that normally ends up happening to me, because you can't, as I keep saying, you can't stop the straight line speed advantage I have. You can compromise me a little bit in places onto a straight perhaps, but that's never enough. That's never enough to overcome the sheer top end that we do have. I think we're pretty evenly matched around this one though in terms of lap time. Like this lap, oh, we were mega brave, mega committed through that one. Come on, see, Ninetales probably doesn't want to be out on that dirt. That's just front-wheel drive, you'll lose that little bit of time. Speed Beast is up to second, and in fact it's looking like Blue Team might be able to get this one. It's looking decidedly close, that is to say the least. Ninetales brushed the wall on the exit there. Are we within striking range down towards turn 1? It's close. I'd love a longer straight here, but it's rare I say that. It is very rare I say that, but it's not quite striking range for me. Ninetales is pushing. There's a brush on the chain link fence on the inside, a brush on the wall on the outside. Can we give the Prelude grief around here? Ninetales wanting us to slow down. I don't know whether I have a no in my chat command. Probably not. Even so, I don't have the brain power coordination to try and fart around with chat commands while doing this. No, not the street furniture. Okay, it pinged off our roof, didn't slow us. Gleska's in third at the moment. Points-wise, still very close. It's chopping and changing. Really, I want to pass Ninetales, and that may well give Red Team a lead, a victory, if I can. Oh, we have to do it. We can't beat Ninetales out of the final corner, run to the line. Ninetales will beat us across the finish line in that drag race. But we also know we can't have a big dive bomb on the Prelude down at turn 1. I also don't quite know where the Prelude is, which does make life a smidge more difficult. Ninetales doesn't want us behind. That's perfectly understandable. Oh no, not the wall. Don't let that have cost me the time that we needed. We're close. Are we closer than we have been the previous laps? That is the really important question here. Ninetales is wide. I'm going to go wide as well around there. I don't think we're close enough. We are as close as we have been, but as close as we have been, it has never been enough. It's going to have to be an absolutely mega final corner from me. It's a good final corner from Ninetales. We are closer. It's that drag race towards the line. Who is going to get it? Ninetales is going to beat us unless the game does its funky counting business. Good race. We couldn't do it. Another 3 or 4 laps, we might have made it work. But I just was not quite close enough. We would have been in range to pass the Prelude down to turn 1, but it doesn't matter at the end of the day. It looks like it's going to go, 50 points in it again, this time the way of Blue Team. What an adventure that one was. That was a hell of a race. That was a hell of a series, shall we say. Oh, Blue Team takes victory. They will take a second point, and definitely 3-2 victory is what that deserves. Ignore that, because Forza can't do Team Adventure scoring properly, or finishing screens properly. Can't do a lot of scoring properly. Anyway, the Delta was brilliant. I very much like my Lancia. Might be one of my go-to C-Class cars. I struggled to get a C-Class car to work, so this one I've been very, very pleased with. And I have a power car. I have a power car that's actually good. Who would have thought it? Who would have thought it? Well, there we go. That is going to be it for this video. If you'd like to take part in the next Team Adventures, you can sign up via our forums. There'll be a link in the description. Find the FailRace versus the community section, and you can sign up in there. That, though, is going to be it from me. Until next time, a goodbye.